And my biggest problem with Trump, I mean, and there are many, many things to pick out, but my biggest problem with Trump is that
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
Friends, do not let friends vote for con artists.
Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
Greetings, good people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well with you all. Over the last decade or so, some Republican politicians have been having a problem with a perceived perception of being spineless. Flip-floppers. Yes, that's right, party people. The party of macho men. Seem to be having an issue with some of their male representation, having an issue with not having backbones. What do I mean by this? Well, what I mean is that there has been instances sort of time and time again over the last 10 years or so of Republican politicians somewhat abandoning their principles and or reputations in order to stay in the good graces of political power and opportunity.
You didn't see that coming?
Am I talking about some fringe Republican elected officials that you've never heard of on a county level? No, I am not. There are individuals that are deep into the administration right now. Talking about individuals like, I don't know, the Vice President J.D. Vance.
and my biggest problem with Trump, I mean, and there are many, many things to pick out, but my biggest problem with Trump is that his message to the right, especially the white working class of which I came from, is anti-conservative and in some ways anti-American. It's fundamentally that the deck is so stacked against you that unless I'm the president, nothing that you do will change your life's outcomes. I think it's wrong, and I think it's very self-destructive.
Oh, and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio.
Oh no. You all have friends. You all have friends that are thinking about voting for Donald Trump. Friends, do not let friends vote for con artists.
But do any of these individuals inside of Trump's cabinet own the actual title of being the biggest jellyfish in the GOP? No, they do not. I think that right now, that honor currently belongs to two people who are either number one or number two, or number 1A and number 1B, depending on what circles you go in. And this is not all Democratic circles. These are some Republican people. And they say that the crown of the biggest jellyfish in Congress belongs to Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz. Okay, they both have examples as to why.
Take a listen to Republican Senator Lindsey Graham and what he had to say when asked about this kind of behavior.
You know what concerns me about the American press is this endless attempt to label the guy as some kind of kook, not fit to be president.
Now, I have never said, and I don't think anybody here has ever said, that the president is a kook or that he's unfit to be president. But you know who has? Take a look.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
Oh, snap.
Seeing him go deeper and deeper to the gutter. It's not easy to tick me off. I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
Okay, I get the argument for Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz. Okay, talking about people's wives and dads, and you still pick up phones for these individuals. That's crazy. But what I would like to propose is another individual that seems to be overlooked when we talk about one of the biggest flip-floppers in Congress, one of the biggest backtrackers in the House of Representatives. And I'm talking of none other than Mr. Jim Jordan. What? So I was recently doing a video where I was showing the difference in partisan attitude on a couple of different topics, from the justice system, the economy, to fraud, when I just happened to come across a plethora of Jim Jordan gymnastics and backtracks on issues other than just what I was covering last week, which was primarily gas.
It sounds like you're saying gas prices went up under Biden, and I criticized it then because I didn't like why they were going up. I mean, they're going up a lot under this president that you supported, but you're just saying it's for the right reason in your view.
Yeah, and it's for a reason that he told the American people he was going to do. He said he would make sure Iran didn't get a nuclear weapon, and he's going about doing that.
They said he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
What about his promise in 2024 that if he was reelected, gas would be under $2 a gallon because of his policies?
Well, gas prices were coming down until we had to deal with this situation. But, you know, that's life. That's dealing with world and
Not only had Jim Jordan backtracked or had a difference or a change of heart on gas prices, depending on who was in office, he did this on a couple of other issues as well. And some of these issues are just as big as gas prices. Number one, it was, let's say, back in the Biden administration, he had a big problem with how unethical it was for Hunter Biden to be traveling on Air Force One, sitting on boards of foreign businesses and potentially conducting business while with the president at the time. Very unethical. And to be honest, I agree. But someone has a different opinion about Eric Trump and Trump Jr. also flying on Air Force One and conducting business with companies that they have affiliations with as well. For some reason, it was bad in 2020. In 2026, it's okay.
We talked about Hunter Biden a lot when President Biden was in office. Obviously, there were major questions about his role. Eric Trump right now is with his dad in China. He does not have a position in the federal government, as you know. And this is what you've said in the past about family members joining on state visits.
The vice president's son get $1 billion from a bank, a subsidiary of the Bank of China. How does he get that deal just a couple weeks after he flies on Air Force Two to China?
Do you think it's fair for Eric Trump to be on this trip with his,
I think it's
his father, the president?
Yeah, I think it's certainly fine for people to travel with the president on a state visit like this.
That's mathematics, son. You can argue with me, but you can't argue with figures. 2 half nothings is a whole nothing. And I know what I'm talking about because...
I think that happens all the time. I don't have a problem at all with the first family traveling with the president of the United States.
Even despite his business ventures when it comes to World Liberty Financial and the Trump Organization. You don't have any issues with that?
Where Binance and the Emirati Sovereign Wealth Fund financed a $2 billion transaction using World Liberty Financial, the Trump family's crypto company. At the same time, CZ and the company were hiring lawyers and lobbyists with ties to the Trump administration with an eye towards getting this pardon, which is expected to allow him to, and Binance potentially, to enter the U.S. market in a potentially market reshaping move that, you know, could end up with producing a lot of money for the Trump family.
I don't have any issues at all.
And so this is why I don't understand why Mr. Good old Jim Jordan gets the pass as far as being on the hierarchy or Mount Rushmore of flip-floppers. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, I understand the resume of Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz, but Jim Jordan's gymnastics of backtracking is pretty thick. You know what I'm saying? So let me know if you agree or disagree. If you think Jim Jordan's a stand-up individual and one of the greatest congressmen in the House of Representatives, let me know that in the comments. If you enjoy the videos like this, please share and repost. It's the biggest way to help other people discover the channel, and I'll greatly appreciate it. Until next time, you party people, good folks, peace, and stay informed.